That son of a bitch! Why, Triple H? You son of a bitch! Why? Tell me why! Damn Triple H! Damn his soul! You son of a bitch!
Welcome back to the MVP's Lounge. I am your host, the King, and thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing as you always have been doing. We are on the road to 1K. We just hit 800. Shouts out to y'all. Hey, more milestones to be accomplished going forward. But let's talk about AEW Forbidden Door, or what I like to call it now, just the door, because it ain't forbidden anymore. You know, folks just walk through it now on a daily basis. So, you know, it's just the door. Yeah, let's jump. You know what? Overall thoughts. Let's get the overall thoughts part out the way. The show overall for me. Now again, I've talked about Tony Khan's pay-per-views ad nauseum at this point, but when it comes to pay-per-views, Tony Khan is usually that dude. Like, he's usually that nigga. He can't be touched. I'll say this. This was definitely one of his weaker pay-per-views that I've seen him do. It might be the weakest, if I'm being real. It might be his weakest pay-per-view he's done. I enjoyed 4 out of the 9 matches. The other 5, I was kind of very in between or below average to me. Yeah. So the show overall was like, if it had to get a rating, it would get like maybe a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Like it was above average, but like it was like you know. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about the show overall in the comment section below. I'm gonna start out with my favorite matches, and then I'll get to the bad stuff. Cause start off good and then end with the bad, and we'll give our critiques on stuff, you know. So my favorite matches, I'll just probably go out of order in this case. You know what? Let's start with this. Let's start with this right here. Toni Storm versus Athena. Now, outside of Toni's extreme makeup she had on her face, like extreme, like she was just white on the face, and I'm like, bro, you're already white. You add an extra white to the face, like you're wildin'. But before we get to that, it was very important to point out that my prediction for this match, I had Athena coming out with the win, because she's had Toni Storm's number this entire like build up to this match, and you could tell by during this match that was the case, because like Athena was dominating 90% of this match. 90%, not an exaggeration. Athena was like killing it, just beating the hell out of Toni in this majority of this match. Toni Storm barely, and I really mean barely, escapes with a W here, because she beat her with the cross-face chicken wing, and I was just like, man, after seeing it, I'm just like, I needed an extra like 10 minutes of this match, because it just happened so quick, you know. It was one of those things where it was like Athena was pretty much prancing and showboating around majority of the match because of how dominant she was, but Toni was able to finish it, you know, real quick. You know, it's just wild, because I'm just like, I really low-key thought Athena was gonna win this match, which leads me to believe that this once they run this back, she's winning next time. It's just a matter of what they plan on doing, because Mercedes has a case, and Athena has a case, so it's, you know, it depends on where they go with it. Tony Khan, be sure to keep Athena right in range. Don't, you know, shoehorn her back to ROH. Let's keep her in the mix because she definitely deserves a rematch at All Out or Wrestle Dream or whichever pay-per-view you want to have her do it at. But honestly, I enjoyed this match. Yeah, I know Toni Storm was pretty much a non-factor majority of it, besides taking hella bumps. I still enjoy it. The Athena carried. Let's put it that way. Athena carried the match and made it well. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. All right, let's go back to that. I guess we can go to another one of my enjoyable matches. Let's go to. Ooh, you know what? Sure. Let's go right here. Let's go to the tag team match. FTR versus the Hurt Syndicate versus Brodito. This was one of those things where I was like, all right, Hurt Syndicate, they gotta retain. You know, we need them to face a team, face a actual tag team that has been built up in, you know, actual just mano y mano, and not like a whole triple threat tag or fatal 4 tag. Like, we need a mano y mano tag kind of ordeal. And I was like, okay, I needed to make sure that it's either Brodito that wins. If somebody else is winning, it's either gonna be Brodito or nobody else. Because I was like, all right, if FTR ends up winning this match, I can see down the line they got Edge and Christian facing them at All Out or something, and then like, oh god, yeah, see, that's the kind of life I don't want. Is Edge and Christian holding tag belts? Don't need that at all. So going into the match, I was like, all right, Hurt Syndicate, let's hope that they're dominant. And when they showed up, I was like, where's MVP at? Could MVP not make the flight? And lo and behold, look it up, and I guess because of a charge back in America, he couldn't cross into this country, and he was banned still, even after like 25 plus years. It's crazy. It's crazy. So no MVP out there. So Hurt Syndicate roll up in there, and hey, high key, Hurt Syndicate was kind of like the big stars of this whole thing, and I mean they usually are in terms of their matches. Like, cause Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin can still go. Like, contrary to some other people's beliefs, both of them boys, they can still go, and they was hurting people like crazy. But on the other hand, Brodito, a fun tag team that they put together, you know, it was a makeshift team, and going to this tournament, I was like, all right, this team might end up losing round one because they're just makeshift, and you know, they kind of grow on you. Like, pause, but this team kind of grew on me, and I've actually really enjoyed both of their work, you know. And now seeing this match and seeing how they work together, like, it was a match made in heaven, you know. Buddy Murphy or Buddy Matthews, move to the side. Hey man, when you come back, you can join back in, you know, as a faction, but real tag team champs here. All right, listen, Bandito with the Brody King a ski mask on. Hey, it's fire. All right, it's lit. This tag team, they're a real surprise, honestly, on how well they mesh together. Now, how did they get the win? Well, see, that's where the problems arise with this one. You see, the Hurts were about to capitalize on a big W, and then some masked men appeared and attacked Shelton, then attacked Bobby, and then they're dragging him out the ring and then out to the ramp. They're fighting up the ramp. And turns out it was Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. And the first thing that came to my mind was, I remember them hemping up Ricochet with him trying to join the Hurt Syndicate. They was hemping boy up. I was like, well, he definitely still got a grudge with that. And on top of that, if you remember, back on Wednesday, they were helping out MJF. You know, they had that mutual agreement on Wednesday. And it's like, okay, MJF low-key could have been like, hey, hold these niggas at the pay-per-view for me, type of thing. And again, Ricochet, who also hates them, would have been fully invested in obliging into this. So both have motives for this, and yeah, they pretty much cost the Hurts retaining their titles. So it was down to just FTR and Rodito, and lo and behold, the same move that they used, the catapult 450. It's like what I think they might call it. I'm not even sure what the hell you call that, but catapults Bandito up, and he hits 450 splash on I don't know if it was Dax or Cash. It's not one of them, but they end up winning the tag titles. So shouts out to Brodito. W makeshift tag teams. All right, let's see what else we got. What else did I enjoy? I really enjoyed the World Heavyweight title match, MJF and Hangman. This was one of those ones where which man was going to antagonize the other one strongly enough for them to end up DQing themselves. Because as we know, MJF on Wednesday got the stipulation added in. He can win the title via count out, or he can win it via DQ. So MJF the entire time was trying to goad this man into using whatever weapon he could so he can get him either disqualified or get him counted out. Entire time. And even those many times where MJF was trying to sneak in his cheating ways, he was trying to use his ring, he was trying to use the belt, it was a lot of things that was just happening. Just pure wildness from both men. Both ended up bleeding profusely, just nuts. And there was many spots where I was like, okay, hold on, is MJF really about to win? Because when he hit this dude upside the head with the contract case, I was like, oh snap, this dude's actually about to win this belt right now. It's crazy. And he kicked out, and I was like, oh god, yo, this match, yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed this match. Not a lot of people had faith in this going into this match, but I had this being the match of the night until the main event happened. But this was my match of the night. And then yeah, there was a point where Hangman he put his leg on the rope during a pin, and then the ref turned and didn't see it and counted 3. But he never rang the bell, and then he had passed out from after getting hit by MJF. So MJF is like trying to wake him up, but then he forgot that he was supposed to move Hangman's leg off the rope. So they both caught it at the same time. The ref was like, nah, wait, hold on, his leg's on the rope. So it wasn't 3. So it was honestly a pure insanity of them just trying to capitalize at some point and doing something to get their way into the win. And in the end, MJF's tricks worked against him, because once the ref got distracted again, Hangman took the briefcase with the contract in it, hit MJF with it, buckshot lariat, and then got the W. So in the end, he used all of MJF's tactics that he was trying to use against him on him. It was great. I recommend going back and seeing it. It was a great, fun match to see. What's next for Hangman though? Anything, honestly. You can do what the hell you want with him. This company is filled with plenty of heels for them to utilize with. All right, and we're gonna talk about that very soon, because when we get to those bad matches, I'll bring that back up. All right, let's now the fourth match that I really enjoyed, that would, as I said before, would be the match of the night, which is the main event of the evening, the Lights Out Steel Cage. I honestly think that Lights Out Steel Cage match might have really saved the show overall. Like, it was one of those matches that, like, if the crowd wasn't hyped before, they extremely got hype now. Kind of matches, you know, like the level of violence, gore, stupidity, just everything all wrapped in one. Storytelling, it was everything you'd want. Like all 10, probably more than that, but all 10 of these men went into this match and it was insane. Like, shouts out to Darby, shouts out to Tanahashi on his Elmer's glue, popsicle stick, duct tape, everything all in one knees that he got. Shout out to Kenny Omega, shout out to Kota Ibushi. Shoot, shouts out to the Death Riders, Gabe Kidd, shouts out to Claudio, and you know what? Even shout out to the Young Bucks. You know, the whole thing with the Young Bucks and like their entrance being garbage has been like some of their best work. It might be their best, like their very best work they've ever had. Like, this is the most entertaining I've ever been by the Young Bucks, and it's been hilarious. It's been honestly really hilarious to see. But the Death Riders, hey man, one of the coldest entrances in the business right now, still. But of course, as soon as they get there, hey man, Gabe Kidd first dude to get in the ring, they start wilding out. Ospreay, he got a whole video package narrated by I believe that was Alex Windsor that was narrating it, and she was pretty much, you know, putting him over, and you know, it really felt like it was going to be Ospreay's last match with how they were talking, which, hey, low key, you never know, might be. So he already said on Wednesday he's ready to die in that ring. So he came out here, big pop, crowd loved him. Crowd was chanting Ospreay. Ospreay was on top of the cage. It was lit. It was fire. But once he got into the match, just wildness all around. There's like no slow moment in this match. But I'll tell you this right now, the heels were dominating 75% of this match that they had. The heels was on their ass. It was whooping them crazy. Like, they were beating these dudes down like they owed them something. Like, yo, it was wild. But the wildest spot of the whole match was Darby and Gabe Kidd.
God almighty.
Yo, that fall was nuts. Actually, that's a lie. That wasn't the wildest spot of the match. That was probably the second. The second wildest spot. The first wildest spot is still gonna be Moxley digging in the fork in Darby's ear. Yeah, it was. They were literally trying to kill each other in there, and that's the stuff you need. Stuff you need to see, man. You need to witness these grudge matches that they be having. Like, these are truly the extreme matches that I grew up on, with a little extra to it, because it was a fun match. Ospreay went all out, Kenny went all out, everybody got the chance to shine. In the end, once Gabe Kidd got taken out, they pretty much was taking out everybody else, and they got the Bucks with the golden trigger. And then the final Buck, I believe it was Matt that was left. They got him with the hidden blade, one wing angel, and instead of pinning him, they gave the last spot to Tanahashi to hit the high fly flow on him and get the pin. That was fire. Seeing that was fire. It was a great match, and a great way to go off the air. Up until the credits was rolling, and you think, all right, credits rolling, we out of here. But in the corner of my eye, I see Claudio still in the cage, just like crouched. I'm like, I feel like Claudio might do something here. What the hell going on? Yo, they pulled up on Ospreay heavy. I like, as soon as everybody left the cage, Ospreay was there to, you know, soak it in, soaking the crowd and stuff like that by himself. And once he was in there by himself, they closed that cage door. And they pulled up on him heavy. Claudio and Moxley was just killing this dude, and then they ended up stomping on his head with the chair on it. Yeah, they left my boy broken, battered, bruised, everything. Like, we ain't gonna see Ospreay for a long while. Yep. It's a real shame, you know. Real shame. They killed this dude right in front of us. Man. Yeah, they do it, but look, they drew you in though. They got dude up out of here, and now you're left wondering, like, okay, this is crazy. What they about to do next? And you know, it's good because, like, you most people probably thought, well, I guess most people that thought who hate the Death Riders probably like, all right, great, Moxley gonna disappear. These Death Riders people, they're gonna disappear. But that was not the case. That was not the case at all. They kept the Death Riders very relevant to the stories that have been having going on. All right, they gave them branching stories and have them doing other things. So I fully appreciate that stuff that they got going on there. Okay, so those were the 4 matches that I really enjoyed. Now we kind of get to the stuff that was, you know what? I'll work my way down. I'll work it down from what went from being good to like mid to low, mid, and trash. So for me, the mid, if we head in there next, yeah, if we're gonna be heading to the mid next, I gotta start with, look, it's no hard feelings, right? No hard feelings on this one. Okay, I'm gonna head to my guy Kyle Fletcher. Listen, his match with Hiromu Takahashi, I enjoyed it, but for some reason, and it could just be me, I don't know, there was like a vibe that was just gone from this match. Like, I felt like no life. Maybe it's because I knew Fletcher was gonna end up winning this match. That's part of the reason, but I don't know, like, they were doing stuff that was cool, but it was like, I don't know, I feel like the life out of it was gone, you know. Maybe I'm losing it, but that's just how I felt, you know, while watching it. I was just like, okay, I already know Kyle's not losing the match at all, so maybe that's part of the reason the life kind of got sucked out of the match. So that's kind of how I felt about that. Next on that, for the mid region, you know, because if we talking mid, I gotta bring it up. I know some of y'all not gonna like it. Some of you might not. For me, this was mid. Okay, it was mid. It was mid. All right, don't get me wrong. Persephone, she was in her bag a little bit. Bozilla, hella tapped in. Mercedes, she was doing her thing a little bit. Windsor, I could really care less about Windsor. All 4 of the women, it early on, it was kind of like meh, and then it turned up towards the middle and end. But like that first portion of the match was like, all right, this is just alright, I guess, you know. And there's no shade towards any of the women. The women went in, well, except Alex Windsor, but the other 3, yeah, y'all did what y'all could. Early on, it just felt very flat, but it got better over the course. So it was just a mid match to me. Mercedes retains her belt. Again, another match that I knew Mercedes was going to end up retaining, so that probably also didn't help either. Yeah, knowing who's winning, it kind of doesn't help you going into matches. Think about that for a minute if it went over your head. All right, so those 2. So then now we reach the last 3, which, I ain't want to do this to y'all, but kind of has to be done. Oh, well, yeah, I'll talk about that at the end. Because now we're going below mid now. Now we're going below mid because Okada and Swerve. That match, I was really disappointed because I was just like, Swerve and Okada was supposed to be a match that really tore the house down, and it just wasn't it at all. And I don't know what's the deal with Okada. Maybe okay, he's a heel, so he's been doing this slow, methodical process. I don't know if that's just him being slow and methodical with his movements because he's a heel, so he's not trying to do anything flashy. I don't know if that's just him or if he's intentionally being lazy, or if he just legit, like in his age, he just can't do it no more. It would suck if it is just him being lazy, because that would be a shame. Like, but I don't feel like he would do that personally. I don't know the guy, but I just feel like Okada wouldn't do that. And again, I liked his match with Kenny at All In, and then in the Continental Classic, like remember the stuff he was doing there, like with Ospreay and them, like those were actually good matches. So I don't know, I'm not sure, but this match wasn't it. I'll tell you that right now. This match was not it. Like, I was severely disappointed by the end of it. And then when you reach the end of it, Okada's pretty much attacking Swerve and attacking the leg and destroying his leg. The Nana comes out there for the save, but while Nana's trying to help him out comes Wardlow, the guy that's been missing for a minute because, you know, injury and filming the show. But out comes Wardlow, and Wardlow hemps up Nana. Now, he didn't hemp him up enough. Personally, the hempage that he did on Nana, he could have hemped him up just a little bit more. Made that a little more severe, personally, to me. Same thing with Swerve. I would have, yeah, you should have hemped up Swerve and Nana both at the same time, just like killing them, but we ain't really get that. But Wardlow is now part of Don Callis' family. Bro, I literally talked about this many times already, that Don Callis' family is getting way too big, bro. Like, this family is nuts. Someone made a comparison picture, like, this is the Don Callis family right now, and I ain't gonna lie to you, they right. This family is crazy. This family is crazy. Like, dear God, what the hell, man? What the hell? Shouts out to Wardlow and Okada, I guess, and Don Callis, I guess, because this group is just. This group is nuts. Look back at this group, bro. Look at this group. This group is nuts, man. Don Callis gotta be stopped. All right, let's get to the next one. Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. and Nigel McGuinness, again, something I expected to be great, and it was just. Like, I felt like Zack Sabre should have been dog walking Nigel just like a little bit, you know, like he wasn't dog walking Nigel. Nigel was kind of like putting in that work, and it was kind of even. And I'm like, and he had to win by roll up. Like, Zack Sabre retained with a roll up. Like, that's kind of on Nigel, the dude that's been like retired hella, you know. That was nasty to me personally. That was nasty. And the whole Danny Garcia thing, I don't know if they're trying to build something with that, but he was out there looking kind of awkward. I don't know. This didn't hit. It didn't hit for me. It didn't. It did not. Zack Sabre retained though, as I expected it to happen. Yeah, see, when you kind of expect these things to happen, you know, as I said before, kind of kills the vibe. But yeah, match just wasn't it for me. It was not. am I forgetting something else? Yes, the final thing. Yeah. Well, not really the final, but where is it at? Edge and Christian against Kip Sabian and Killswitch. Enough said could be said about this whole thing. I needed Killswitch and Kip Sabian to win this match. They did not win this match. Edge and Christian won, and Kip Sabian took the pin, as he should. As we talked about before, me and Frank were like, the only people that should be taking a pin here is Kip and Christian were the two people that are either going to take this pin, because it was not going to be Edge or Killswitch. So Kip Sabian took a pop-up spear, and that was GG's from there. So yeah, Edge and Christian, here we are, 2025. And that was all the matches. Now there was a single moment that also happened that I'm going to bring up. I got to bring it up because we got, where's she at? Where the hell is she at? Oh, she's right here. Yes, sir. Jamie Hayter. Our girl Daphne back. It's lit. Okay. I'm with it. I love it. Who need it? She got it. We back. It's fire. But now Tony Khan, look, I know she's gonna handle the whole Tekla situation. She can handle that first. That's fine. That's okay. But now I need Jamie Hayter going after them belts, man. I need Jamie Hayter back in this picture. Hey, whether it be the world one, whether it be the TBS one, or the other 8 other belts that Mercedes got, I need Jamie with a belt. Plain and simple. Point blank period. All right. Point blank period. I need Jamie with a belt. Don't matter which one. So welcome back, Jamie. She helped out Queen Aminata against Tekla and Julia and Sky Blue. So shouts out to. We love it. We love it out here. But that is all I got for y'all today. That was AEW Forbidden Door. Let's transition back over here. And let's transition back to this man dying. I was getting myself on screen as well. Yeah, that was AEW Forbidden Door 2025. The show again. If I'm let's say this. Let's say I got to compare it to NXT's Heat Wave today. I would still prefer this show over Heat Wave, but not by much. Not by much. So like Heat Wave, I think I gave it like a 6. This show, I'll give it a 7. Maybe like 6.8 low key. I'm only rounding up to 7 just because like that ending of the show kind of really boosted it, you know, and then Wardlow pulling up and Jamie Hayter pulling up. These small little like side tidbits kind of boosted it for me. So you know what? Yeah, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for Forbidden Door, 6 out of 10 for NXT. So by one point off. But this definitely was Tony Khan's weakest show that he's done in a minute. But hey, sometimes you can't always shoot 100% from the free throw line. You know, sometimes you may get a hit or miss at some point. You know what I'm saying? These were free throws for him when it comes to pay-per-view. So he missed his first free throw, but that's okay. That's okay. Live and you learn. You know. Hey, now at least he'll take the criticisms from this show and he'll work off of them. You know, he'll build off of that going into All In for Canada. But thank you guys. Again, I think I say thank you a lot to you guys, but this is truly a business when it comes to YouTube, Twitch, anything. It's truly a business of support. So thank you guys for, you know, liking, sharing, subscribing. Really appreciate it. Really do. Okay, everything counts. Everything helps out the channel. So fully appreciate y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments, how did you feel about AEW The Door 2025? I will see you guys next time here in the MVP's Lounge. Tomorrow is Raw. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to cover that show because I already know it's going to be garbage. So the next video you'll get from me, so this review will drop probably Monday morning or Monday afternoon, whichever one happens first. And then I'll probably drop another video. The next video you'll probably get from me is maybe NXT related. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll have to see. But again, till then, I'll see you guys next time in the MVP's Lounge. Peace. We gonna see them boys die one more time.
God almighty.
Damn! He ain't gonna be a
MVPs.